Hey guys, how's it going? Brad Riley here and welcome to another video. And in this one today, I'm going to go through 6 things you can implement today immediately if you have no experience and want to start a profitable social media marketing agency. So if that's something you're interested in achieving, then I highly recommend you stay until the end because these 6 steps are things that you can actually implement as of today to get the ball rolling. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a really good one. Please drop a like if you are excited, and if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. Let's hop into it. So just before we jump into the first tip, I just want to preface by saying one thing. Everybody who, as of today, runs a successful business once had no clients, once had no customers. So all you have to understand is, yes, is it more difficult when you start out than when you've been doing it for 3 years? Absolutely. Is it impossible to get clients though? No. Does it mean that it's impossible to get the first client because you have no experience? Absolutely not. Every single person who is successful, who runs their own online business, once had to be in the position that you are in right now where you have no experience. So firstly, I want you to understand that it is possible for you to achieve this, okay? And especially if you take action on what I speak about here today. So the first actionable tip that I have for you is to essentially build your own experience. Now, you may be thinking, hang on, Brad, what do you mean by this? Well, it's actually very, very simple. You know, in this video specifically, although this relates to kind of any business, I suppose, we're taking the angle of running a social media marketing business, be this Facebook advertising, be this social media management and posting and managing accounts for clients. So what can you do? Well, what you can actually do is build your own experience by going and doing it for yourself. Now, let's take social media management as an example. Think of 3, 4, 5 different profitable industries where you'll get clients, maybe real estate, maybe restaurants and food, maybe the fitness industry. Create a few social media pages, create content, post content and start building those pages. And then what you can do is grab screenshots of the posts, you can grab screenshots of the captions, you can grab screenshots of the followers and use that as your experience. You are by no means claiming that you've worked with previous businesses or previous clients. And if anybody ever asks, all you have to say is, look, this is my previous examples of work. These are some examples of some things I've done and some accounts I've managed. And obviously if they ask you, are they previous businesses? Are these previous clients? Then you can be 100% transparent with them. But it gives you more authority right out of the gate. You know, let's say you do Facebook advertising. Okay, you may not be able to spend a bunch of money to run the ads, but what you can do is create a test ad account. You can design ad creative, you can create the ads, write the copy, and you can actually put the ads into draft mode. And what you can do is screen grab exactly what those ads will look like. Okay, they're not the best of the best results. You're not showing X dollars into X dollars, but what you are showing is an example of previous work. And this is honestly going to put you 10 times above everyone who just comes in with nothing. So there you have it. Today, implementing right now, right this second, you can go and create those social accounts. You can create a test ad account and start putting some things together. That's going to be really, really important. The second thing you can do, which is very closely related to the first thing, is, okay, cool. You've grabbed screenshots now of this work. What can you do to it? Well, what I want you to do is turn this into a portfolio. And honestly, this is going to take it to another level now. This is really going to build your authority, even though on the surface, you have no experience and you have no previous clients. How can you do this? Very, very simple. Go to canva.com. You can find report templates. You can find portfolio templates. And basically what you just want to do is a nice clean 5-6 page, maybe like a PDF template, and just go in there, plug in and implement your screenshots, write a bit of information. If you have a company logo and things like that, that's also going to really help, and download that as a PDF. And when you're reaching out to prospects, be this on freelance websites or doing cold outreach, attach that portfolio. Right away, you've got more authority and you will not come across as a beginner. Okay, so that's going to be really, really important. And don't worry, if you're not great at design, canva.com have a bunch of fantastic, simple, clean and professional templates that you can use, and it's 100% free. So the third thing that I recommend you do if you're really struggling with your authority and your experience is to focus on increasing your authority with a few very, very simple techniques and tricks. Just to keep this short, I could go in a lot more detail on this topic of authority in a video in itself, but just to keep it real basic and simple, create yourself a business email. You know, rather than going by bradleyriley@gmail.com, you can go from like bradley@agencyname.com. It's going to cost you a few bucks a month to pay for the domain and to actually have the hosting and pay for that email. You know, for under 10 bucks a month, you can have a business email created. And then when you are reaching out to prospects, when you're sending emails to your prospects, you're going to come across like you run a business, like you are a figure of authority. And as a professional, you're not going to come across as an amateur. And even though you still have no experience, you've elevated yourself up to the next level. The next thing you can do, very basic but simple, inside of that business email address, have a email signature. Now this email signature, you've probably seen them at the bunch of bottom of emails before. It could be, you know, it could say something like Brad Riley, owner, agency name, and then the website. Again, it's going to elevate you to seem more professional and as a figure of authority. And look, I want to be careful. I was hesitant whether or not I wanted to put this in the video, but one thing you can do, and this is by no means essential whatsoever, but you can put together a simple website before you get started. Now look, you do not have to do this, and I really recommend don't go like building a website right out of the gate and procrastinate doing outreach to build a website. If you can literally, you know, pay for a template, if you can go and get it created, or you can pay for one to get done in the background, or it can get completed within one day. If it takes you a day or more, then I don't think you should waste your time. Honestly, I think you should be going and focusing heavily on the outreach, and don't use that as a way to procrastinate. If you really are coming at it from a perspective of, I'm looking to build authority, then just a nice, simple website that's got a little bit of SEO data in it. So if they search the name, it will come up on Google. And you know, maybe if you can have a nice little logo to have on the website as well, it can help you. It is not essential by any means at all, but it is an option if you're looking to build authority. And then on a final note here, go on Fiverr, go on Upwork, and just pay somebody to create a very basic and simple logo for your business. This logo can go on your website, the signature at the bottom of your email, and most importantly, it can go onto your PDF portfolios that you're attaching when you're doing outreach to businesses. And all of a sudden, your authority is going to be elevated. So that's going to be a really important tip for you. So the fourth tip that I have for you, I speak about a lot on this channel, and I've got videos that go in a lot more detail for this. So I'm really just going to keep this short. But if you are focusing on getting clients, you have no experience and you want to close a client quick, I would recommend focusing on warm outreach methods. And basically the difference between warm outreach and cold outreach is essentially somebody who's warm is actively looking for your help and is actively looking for somebody to fulfill the services that you offer. Basically, you want to find people who are saying, look, I'm looking for a social media manager, I'm looking for a Facebook advertiser, and reaching out to those people. And you can do so on platforms like Bark, like Upwork, People Per Hour, the LinkedIn recommendation search tool, job sites. There's a bunch of ways, and if you check out the other videos on my channel, you'll be able to go and watch a bunch of videos on those topics in more detail. But look, if you have no experience, without a doubt, the best and easiest way to get your very first client with no experience is going to be using and leveraging warm outreach methods. Okay, so the fifth tip and piece of advice that I have for you is to do with confidence, okay? Now, confidence is going to be key here. You need to treat yourself as if you do have the experience. Treat yourself as a figure of authority. Act the way like someone with 10 years of experience would act. What you want to avoid is coming in there, and obviously you may be nervous for your first sales call. You know, you may be a beginner and a bit of a novice when it comes to pricing, you know, the very first time you do it. And obviously over time, you're going to get more experience with that. But I want you to go into this approach whenever you're communicating with a prospect with confidence, okay? Know your value and know that you are there to offer a great service. When you price your services, don't go in and price it like $100 a month for some social media management services when you know true well the industry standard is $500, $600, even up to $1,000 a month. So price like an expert would price. Go in there with confidence. When you're on a sales call, hold your own, build rapport with your prospects, have a chat, and just be confident, okay? If you're in there and every time they speak, you agree with them or you bow down to them or you can tell that your voice is nervous, that's obviously not gonna help. And all I would say when it comes to this is, as long as you prepare for your meetings, as long as you go into every piece of communication with your client with some kind of preparation, you know, if you're going into a sales call and you've prepared, you've done a couple hours of research into the business, into the website, you've made a bunch of notes on how you can help, then when you go into that sales call, present it in a way that is confident, okay? Present it in a way where you know what you're talking about. even if truly this is your first time doing it. As long as you've spent time going watching YouTube videos like this, gaining some knowledge on the topic, then I guarantee you're a lot more of an expert than you actually think, okay? So the fifth tip for you is to honestly just stay as confident as you possibly can, because if you're confident and you believe in your services, then your customers will as well. If you're nervous and you clearly don't believe in your services and you clearly come across like you don't know what you're talking about, then that is when your prospects will also feel the same way. And if you can't believe in yourself, why on earth would a prospect or a customer believe in you as well? Okay, so go into this with confidence and believe that you've got this, because it's going to make a massive difference. Okay, so the sixth and final piece of advice for this video, very simple, is look, if you have no experience, getting clients is one thing, but keeping them is the next. And ultimately what you're offering here is a service. You're getting paid money to offer a service to another business. And if that service is dreadful, then you're probably going to lose them after 1 to 2 months, all right? So what I recommend, if you have no experience, hire a team. Build a team straight out of the gate. Have people who can come in and help you with the service delivery. Now, look, this doesn't mean you then get to sit back and do nothing. Look, you still want to be focusing on learning and doing everything you can to understand your business and your service delivery. But one of the best things, and this is honestly what I did in the beginning, is when you hire a team, you can learn so much from those team members. Look, if you're offering Facebook ads, you have a Facebook ads team running ads for your clients. Yes, you may take a bit less in terms of your profit margin. You may pay out, say, 50% of your retainer to the team. But then you buy back all your time to be able to focus on more outreach. You buy back all your time to focus more on learning about the service that you're offering. And then because you've got an expert doing the work, you're going to be able to learn from them, ask them what they're doing, why they're doing it. And you're going to understand from that more than any program or course could honestly ever teach you when it comes to becoming an expert. And that's the advice I have for you. And because of that as well, you'll keep your client for longer, and ultimately you'll make more money over the long term. So don't be short-term minded here and just want to grab every penny for yourself. Understand you're building a business, and if you are looking to build a proper business on a proper agency, then obviously hiring a team is a really great option to account for the fact you don't have too much experience in the service delivery part of your business. Okay, so there we have it. I hope you found a bunch of value in this video today. If you are looking for some more in-depth high-level training, you're looking for me and my team to personally mentor and coach you on a daily basis, I'd like to invite you to check out the Entrepreneurs Mastermind. The link is in the description. It's super low cost. It's month to month. Not only do you have a members area with hundreds of video and training on the topic of social media marketing, productivity, Facebook ads, social media management, and all of the above, you also get a dedicated one-on-one coach that you can message every single day inside of a private Discord chat, which will help you and coach you on your journey. So if that's something you're interested in for a super low cost, check out the link in the description to the Entrepreneurs Mastermind. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.